Hello everyone! If you've ever tried stitching with a slitted polyester thread, you'll know it's amazing to look at. However, it can be a little tricky to work with because it doesn't really behave like a regular thread. Today I'm going to show you a few simple tricks to have this beautiful thread stitching perfectly. WonderFil makes a slitted polyester thread called hologram. If you take a close look at it, you'll see it doesn't have a round shape like regular thread does. Instead, it's flat like a ribbon and carries a sparkly, holographic quality that really stands out. You can use this thread for any decorative quilting, machine embroidery, thread painting, or any machine embellishing stitch. The thread really catches the light and shows off in a way no regular thread does, so you can create some amazing effects with it. One of the most important things to remember is to choose the correct needle. You can use either a 9014 top stitch needle or a 9014 metallic needle. Always use a new needle because a small burr in the eye or a dull point will cause a lot of problems. The next most important thing to do when sewing with slitted thread is to choose the right bobbin thread. I strongly recommend a lighter weight bobbin thread such as Deco Bob 80 weight, as this superfine thread won't fight for tension with the top thread. A lighter bobbin thread will always give way to the top thread, and it will also greatly reduce the bulk in your stitching, so your needle won't be pushing through more material. This bobbin thread makes a huge difference when sewing with a slitted polyester thread. If you let the thread hang, you'll notice it has a lot of memory, which is the curl you see in the thread. This can sometimes cause the thread to curl up on itself and create loops, and that can create problems when those loops enter the machine. The best way to keep the thread straight as it enters the machine is to use a thread tamer tool. By weaving the thread through the slots in this stand, you will pull out all the loops and curls. It also gives the thread a chance to relax before it enters the machine. Another thing to consider is which spool pin to put your thread on. If you put the spool on a horizontal spool pin, when the thread comes off you can see it grinds against the edge of the spool, which will change your tension. This issue will become worse as the spool empties, as the thread will pull against the edge at more of an angle. If you use the vertical spool pin, you'll see that the thread flows off the spool smoothly without any tension changes. You can also use the horizontal spool pin on your thread tamer because it allows the thread to unwind without changing its tension, the same way the vertical spool pin on your machine will. Keep these tips in mind when sewing with slitted polyester thread, and you should have no trouble using it in any project. It's a gorgeous thread that has a unique look you won't find in any regular thread, so don't be afraid to try it out. I hope you now have a better idea of how to work with this beautiful thread and can make it part of your thread collection. Leave a comment below if you still have questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more great tips and tutorials. We'll see you all next time.